Because I've went out with people too and then had no money in my pocket. Baby, that didn't feel good. It didn't feel good when somebody be like, can you get out some money? And you like, eh. Hey guys, welcome back to the Tuesday podcast. I'm Cris Cavallari. I just got off the phone with a friend, and it's so funny how now when I jump on, I'm like, oh, this was such an amazing conversation. Let me go chat about it. And I love that this friend gave me the blessing, like, yeah, girl, go get this message out. I'm like, shout out to P. But I seen this clip a couple days ago on Instagram, and it was of Kenya Moore. I can't remember the other young lady's name, but basically they were at dinner, and I don't know what started. I don't know their relationship. I just seen this clip where the waitress came back, and it was time, for the bill. And Kenya already had her wallet out, her card out, and she was like, and the girl was like, is this one card? Are we gonna split it? And Kenya was like, oh no, we don't split. Just put it on one card. And the girl was like, no, like, here, pulled out her half and gave it to the waitress or whatever. I think the bill ended up being like $50-something. That's here nor there how much the bill is. I know where I'm going. The bill's going to be a lot, but right now this is what the scenario was. So it was like, okay, it's just $50, like whatever. I seen that, and first initial thing was like, yeah, like I get it, Kenya. But now I get it on the other side as well. So I'm going to tell you why. As I'm on the phone with my homegirl and we just talking, I'm like, yeah, because I've been that person in many instances where I reach for my bag first, and not in a way of like, no, I got it. It was almost a thing of like, just showing love. Like, you know what? I got it. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you get it next time, whatever. And then until I realized that sometimes there is no next time. Sometimes, and then I also realized that sometimes, and I've seen this, like, and I know this to be true when certain people go on dates. Now I'm gonna say women, because this is where I'm gonna have to call you out at. Sometimes y'all go on a date or y'all go anywhere. We're just gonna say a date. We're gonna keep it right there. We're gonna keep it right where it's at. You go on a date. You ordering this. You ordering this. You ordering them. First, you're gonna get a cocktail, right? You're going to get your cocktail. Let's just say a lemon drop, espresso martini. Some of y'all don't really drink wine like that. Some people do, but you know what just walk with me. You ordering a drink, because wine is not that expensive. You ordering a drink, right? And the drinks are sometimes like $18. And you get your first drink, you get your appetizer, you get your entree, you get another drink while you eat, and you get a dessert, you get another drink, you get all of these things that you knew, and and I know, if you go by yourself, y'all be ordering different. Not everybody. We just talking to this one group right here. You going on this date because you hungry. You going on this date for aesthetics. You going on this date for some pictures. You're not really interested in this date. You going for all of the perks of the date, but not to really get to know this person. I do have a problem with that, because I'm going to eat regardless. And that's something that I've learned as I've gotten older. I've learned a lot as I've gotten older. I've learned a lot in the years of dealing with different women, listening to different music, that these are things that how people operate. And it's not to pass judgment. It's just to say, okay, I see why you do what you do, because this is the type of environment and this is the type of, lifestyle you live in. Because even when you hear certain music, you be like, yeah. I remember hanging out with this one girl, and I used to be like, damn, like, she really a bum. I'm just saying, she really, when I think about it at this age, you're requiring something that you don't even have for yourself. So that's when I say you a bum. That's what I mean when bum. Like, you want somebody to do these things, but you don't do this for yourself, and you damn sure wouldn't do it for somebody else. That's kind of like bum behavior. So there's the person that go on a date just for aesthetics. You want to go to the latest and greatest restaurant. You posting all these, you like this the whole time. It's like, nigga, whatever you say, it's cool, but hold on, and then it's like, here, take all these pictures of me. So, and yes, a girl that loves a little aesthetic, I get all of these things, but you don't have no aesthetic unless you out with other people. That's crazy. Anyway, because that was about to go somewhere. Because I was having a flashback of a time when I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But you know, you do better, you learn and you get better, you do better, whatever. But that's that girl that goes out just solely for that. And I was thinking about the Kenya Moore situation. She was like, oh no, I'm paying for it. And I remember getting to a place of understanding because I've went out with people too and then had no money in my pocket. Baby, that didn't feel good. It didn't feel good when somebody be like, can you get out some money? And you like, eh. So let me just say that I've been in all situations. Now, I've never went out on a date just for aesthetics, but I've been out and I'm like, I came out with no money because somebody in some song told me all I had to do was be cute. I came out with not a quarter, okay? All my shit tied up right now. Like you go out sometimes when you, especially in your 20s. When you 22, 21, you don't realize how you've been going out all this time for your younger years when you ain't had no business going out. You ain't have no money to be going out. You ain't had no gas in your car, but you still went out. You really literally are wasting your last little bit of gas to drive up 95, you know, to go to the Budokan, to go somewhere. You know, you're going somewhere, you don't have your shit together. When you start taking it away from just the romantic aspect and just in platonic friendships, you know, in relationships with your coworkers, just self-care period, you start realizing like, I knew I had homework to do. I knew I had something else to do. I knew I had this to do. I knew that this card note was due. I knew that this was due, but I decided to spend it on things that I decided to spend it on. A lot of times people, especially when you first in your self-care journey, you always think that means getting your nails done every week, getting your hair done, getting this new outfit, getting this done. Like you think about all the outside things. So you're not really managing like you should be. And I'll be the first one to tell you, enjoy your life. That's where I'm at. I'm in a place where you be like, damn, I'm gonna just have fun or I'm gonna do this. And I was in that place for the first couple, yeah, like a while, like maybe like a year. I don't think that's, you know, it's a time where you just be like having a bad day, buying this, having a bad day, going to this place, having a bad day, getting on a trip. And then you start realizing when you get back home, all these things are still there. But I think about the 20 somethings that's going out right now and ain't got not a quarter. Or if they do, they spend all of their money on everything else than what they really needed to spend it on. So when it's time to eat, they hungry. When they go out with their homegirls, it's like, she got shit to do too. So I'm talking to my homegirl. I'm talking about this Kenya Moore situation. I'm like, hey, I've been that friend that if I don't have it, I don't want to go. I remember going to a friend's birthday party. Oh, damn. Maybe 2000, shit, this was a long time ago. This is maybe, shit, I wish I had my phone out to tell you because Facebook could tell me what year it was. But I want to say it was like maybe like, I mean, let's just say 2012. And I remember going to a friend's birthday party. She was having a dinner at her house. It was very beautiful. Shout out to Yori. I was going to Yori's house and I remember not having any money. Like I had money, but not money to spend like on dinner. I thought we was just going to your house. Like I didn't know we was going to New York there. I didn't know we was leaving to go to the Big Apple. You know, you need money in the Big Apple. And I remember being honest, being like, I don't have no money to go out. And I remember Yori giving me, I don't know if it was $100. I remember Yori giving me this money. I need to cash app Yori $100. I need to send Yuri. I'm about to send Yuri her money because I remember Yuri giving me this money to participate in the outing. And that was very noble. Like that's if you know Yuri, then Yuri just has a great heart. But Yuri was like, all right, here. Now I don't know what Yuri told, if anybody know about this or whatever, but Yuri had gave me this money. And it was so nice because but I still felt bad. I was like, oh, well, girl, I thought we were just going to have a sleepover. You know, this is an unexpected thing, but at least being honest instead of getting there and then be like, I just have water, you know, looking crazy. I would rather be upfront and honest. So Yuri gives me this money and that was that. I need to cash app her though because I need to cash app her. It got a lot of interest on it, but I'm going to see. And I remember, you know, going out and just having a good time, but we did go to New York, such and such and such and such. Then I remember a time when I was on a date and a guy asked, this is a true fucking story. I remember being on a date and I held this person as such, like, I had put him on this invisible pedestal because at the time where I was at, I was not financially stable. I was not financially independent. They always talk about guys shouldn't date when they broke. Women, you shouldn't date when you're broke either. I know that's going to be a tough one, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You know why? When you're dating, when you're broke, you're accepting anything. When someone is solely taking care of you, you're going to put up with a lot of things that you wouldn't necessarily put up if you was financially independent. But that'll be another episode. But I go on a date with this guy, and I think he was doing something. He was doing something. He was like, oh, like, can you I gotta get the car to valet. Can you get $100 out the? It's always $100. Can you get some money out the ATM? I'm like, yeah. This is around the time where, and there's still a lot of women around here walking around looking like, we're gonna use the terminology that is used, like that boss bitch, that bad bitch, and she ain't got $100. You got your shit on. You laid up. You laid down. As Goliath would say, what's the weather today? It's looking drippy. You dripped up. You don't have no money in that bag. And he asked me to get some money out. I'm like, yeah. I go to the ATM. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I put my card in there. And I remember taking my card out. I knew I didn't have no money in there. I did not have no money in there. This is all around the same time, actually. No, I didn't have no money in there. Y'all, I took my card out the ATM and I broke it. I broke my own debit card and told him the machine tried to eat my card. At that moment, that year, that long ago, I realized I will never go on a date again without some money. Because what were you like? I wasn't about to be like, what? You expected me to pay? I'm more so on some shit like the dog ate my homework. I cracked that bitch in half. I can't believe me. I did that. So that's why when the conversation comes now, I've been the person that could not pay twice. Maybe more than that, but these are the two times that made sense to me to talk about. When I'm in a group of 10 women going to dinner, and then I'm on a date with someone, and I couldn't pay for the help. The man I got all the other stuff. I couldn't contribute. I really think that's the time. And I was like, nah, you can't be singing these songs, driving down the expressway, car shaking if you go over 50, but I'm thinking about these times because we've all been there. And that's the thing. Nobody wants to tell you that at one point, yeah, I was the friend that couldn't pay for the dinner. Then I was the girl that was on a date and I couldn't contribute. So that alone had made me get into this space of when I could, I would. When I could, I overdid it. Now that I couldn't do it before, now it's time. Everybody, it's on that Oprah shit. Everybody, oh, girl, yeah, I got you, girl. Come on, girl, you don't need nothing. I was also the friend that for my 25th birthday, everybody comes. This is one thing. I think I spoke about this before. I'm not sure, but I remember this time I had a birthday party, a birthday dinner, and it was my first and it was my last. I think it was maybe probably was let's just say 15 people. And everybody eating and they cackling and they and the guy I'm talking to at the time, he there, we cool like that. Shout out to Lean. We call it name. Shout out to Lean. And no disrespect, because I think he married now, but this is a long time ago. I was 23 or 4. I'm about to be 40. I remember he just stopped by with his homeboy and, he gave me a card, some money. They left. Everybody cackling and giggling and cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. The bill came. I looked at the bill. I'm like, all right. First of all, it's my birthday. Why am I looking at the bill? So I have a very, very, very clear understanding of all of this that I'm about to tell you, okay? I've been a friend without a girl without this without whatever. Like I was not practicing reciprocity, especially dating. Like why would I do that? Like niggas like being taken care of too. Now I ain't say trick now. I'm not doing too much double. Reciprocity, my boy, we're match. That's the only energy I'm matching. That's the only energy I'm matching. I'm not matching no other energy. But if it's something like this, it's your birthday, I'm going to think, did he even give me a card for my birthday? Now, why would I get him them Prada shoes? Why would I buy him, that belt and this and that? Because I don't know what y'all be buying people, but we be buying people stuff. And he ain't get you nothing. That shit that you got in your cart right now, empty it. Don't get it. Think about the last time, and the other last time. Don't do it. But either way, go on a trip. Go to the birthday dinner, on a date. Now it's my birthday. Go to Yuri's birthday. It was her birthday. I don't think it was her birthday. It was just a girls' night with Yuri. Go on a date with this guy. And now it's my birthday dinner. And I'm at this dinner. Actually, the dinner was before the guy, but either way, all of this shit happened. I'm on a, birthday dinners, all these people. The bill comes. I think the bill, I'm not gonna hold you. The bill was a little low. I think let me not say it was low. For the amount of people that was there, 15 people, the bill probably was like $500. And I promise you, every person at that dinner table only said they had water and salad. But I remember seeing so much sushi and so much this and sake and this and that, and once all the money got back to me, and I'm holding the bill, and it's my birthday. That was a problem. That's something really big for me, and this is where I'm gonna tell you about how I live now at this age. I'm like, it's my birthday. Why am I at the end of the table doing the calculations? A friend at that time was in college, and I really wanted her to come as like my best friend. And I remember her being honest and saying, "Hey, I don't have it." And I'm like, "Girl, it's my birthday. Like, I really like, if they don't come, at least you're here. Like, I really wanted her to come." So I'm like, "All right, well, I got you. Like, I'm gonna pay for your food. Like, girl, please, we and you good. And everybody else, they pay for their own stuff, but me and you, got you." The girl was late for my dinner because she was getting her hair done, and not only at the time, she was going to the salon. This wasn't no, she got a cut, a color, and a dot. Like she got, let me give her a new cut, a new style, a new hairdo. Like she got the works. Like she got like the works. Came in with a new outfit. Just was fucking just everything was new. But remember, she said she ain't had no money. I'm still not thinking that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Another friend was at the dinner and she had to leave because she had other engagements. So she left the money with the other girl. We leave even after, shout out to Lean, because when he left money, but I text him like, "Oh my gosh, like I can't believe this. I gotta pay." He came back and gave me the money and he paid for the bill. You a good man, Lean. He came and he paid for the bill. And we still proceeded to go out, not the whole party, like four of us. And as we're out, we just having a time. The next day I'm driving, and the young lady that left to gave the other friend money, she called like, "Hey, how did everything go? Like, did you get my money for the bill?" And I'm like, "What money?" And she was like, "Oh, I gave such and such money." I'm like, "She didn't give me no money." I'm like, "No." So she called. She's a little bit older. She called and, called and was like, "Hey, da 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 da," try to be a mediator. Long story short, we ended up meeting at her house and we ended up fighting. We ended up fighting. I'm not even lying. We ended up having a fucking fist fight in this girl's house over $100 because she didn't give me the money. And I guess she took offense to, she probably forgot. Like it's not like she tried to steal the money. Let's be clear. I don't think that she tried to steal the money. I think that she literally just like had a moment where she forgot, right? So all I remember at the time, she was married, I'm single. At the time I was the only one that had a child. Well, the other girl did, but as me being the young one, I was the one that had an older child. And I remember homegirl saying to me, "I don't need your money. My husband takes care of me and you have a baby." And she swung on me. she missed. Bam. I just had to. And it was just like, no. And we got into a fight, y'all. We got into a fight. Since my 23rd, whatever year that was, birthday, I have never had a dinner party. I have never, I really, it's funny because now I'm like, as 40 is approaching, you always like, oh, I want to have a dinner and I want to have this and I want to have this and I want everybody to come. And we put a lot of oomph on people. Even when it's weddings, we put a lot of like, oh, I want you to do, hey, I want you to come, but this is what's needed from you. These weddings, it'd be like more than $1,000. You got to buy this, you got to get this, you got to do this, you got to go on this trip. It starts totaling up. So to avoid me feeling how I felt that day, to avoid me feeling like I felt on that date, to avoid me feeling how I felt in that friend group where I didn't have, ain't that funny? Each time, $100, $100, $100. In each one of those instances, I realized something. If I don't have it, I don't go. If I don't feel like going, I don't go. If we not like that and you invite me to a baby shower, cookout, bar mitzvah, and we not friends like that, I don't want to go. And I don't have to give an excuse on why I don't want to go. Just can't make it. But what that put in me was, now anytime I'm in any situation, I would overly give. I would pay for, round of drinks on me. It's 10 of us. That's what they call that new money. You don't know. It's like, oh, I know how it feel. I know how it feel not to have nothing. Let me get it for you. So when it's a way where you have to have an equal understanding. I've been on this side and I've been on this side. I've been on this side where some people are on this side and they're genuinely not trying to take advantage of you. They don't have it. But because you're such a great friend and you have a giving heart, you like, girl, I got it. Now if it's just two of y'all, that's why I tell people, when you go out, girls, listen to auntie. When you go out, two of y'all, no more than two. Two too many is no. First of all, if you go to the club, you still clubbing. Or if you at a restaurant, you and your homegirl, and this man want to talk to you, it's easier for him to just wow this one other friend. Now y'all got 6 friends hungry, mad at him. Now you like, hey, I can't talk to him. He ain't buy my homegirls oysters and lemon drops. So he was supposed to feed all 6 of y'all bitches. But if it's you and that one solid homegirl, he gonna pay that bill. Now that was just, you got to keep it in you. I still got it in me. So I'm telling you, it's just a free little thing. 2 people can get in the club. 2 people could get a backstage pass. 2 people could get free concert tickets. 2 people, 2 is not a lot. Anytime someone invites you somewhere, it's you plus 1. I think about that in every situation. Too many people will ruin a good time. Okay? And especially too many people if you broke, okay? All of y'all broke, so now y'all, no, it's not gonna work. Anyway, that made me overly like do stuff. Like in friendship groups, you out for dinner, oh, I got it. And you reaching for this bill because you remember that time you couldn't pay. You remember that time. You remember how you felt. You remember you felt this big, like, oh, damn, I don't got no money. Oh my God, I'm broke. Or also that's the way you speaking to yourself. I don't even say that anymore. And I'll tell you, just listen, my money is, first of all, thank God that I'm able to pay the bills that I need to pay, put gas in my car, get some groceries. It's not that you're broke, you're in between right now. The money's on the way. Be very grateful that you can pay for the things that you can pay for, right? So sometimes it's not that you broke, you just paid your bill. You did what you had to do, right? You have priorities. This fill may not get filled. You know what I mean? It might give a design. It might give, was that a white line underneath? It might give that. I feel like as long as you don't break one, you cool. Sometimes you have to think about those things. Like, so when I went on these situations and I could not pay, I think that once I got to the other side where I could pay, I overpaid. I overpaid so much where it's like, all right, I got this round, you do the next one. And then there's never another round, because when you went to the other spot, it was people there and they paid because it was just 2 of y'all. So she got out of paying that bill. It's times where you think, I see it all the time. When people are like, yeah, because when I went on a date with him, I want this. Bitch, you don't even know how to pronounce that. You're pointing to what you want. You would have never ordered that if it was just you. You would have never ordered that if it was you and your homegirl. But because you with him, you order certain things that you know. That's why I say right now, it is so important that in your single life and friendship groups to sit with yourself, to do the things that you like. Don't have any expectations for what people are going to do for you. Do it for yourself. As my birthday is approaching, I'm literally like, everybody's like, well, what you gonna do? Like, what you want to do for your birthday? Baby, I already booked the trip. I didn't tell nobody. I'm telling y'all. Because I already booked the trip. For Mother's Day, for Christmas, for anything, I used to be alone. My mother, everybody's working double time, overtime, triple time. I would be alone and I would get really depressed around these times where it's time to celebrate and you're alone. So what I started doing after I overly poured into these situations because I couldn't do it before, any little thing a guy, it's not a sugar mama, but you a big dog now. Like, you feel me? Like, sometimes you do have to show somebody, hey, this is my lifestyle. So with any involvement of anyone else's, I maintain me. So this is what I do. So whatever you do with you is cool. But me, this is how I handle it. But the problem with some of us is you want to prove a point so bad that you proving a point to where your money's dwindling down because you got to be big dog all the time. You got to show people that you got it. Celebrate yourself. Sometimes a table for one is so much peacefuler. Like sitting at a table and eating what you want and not worried about if somebody gonna say this and that. Now, if you want to once in a while, cool. But that's a choice. That's a choice that you can make. You don't have to always go when it's like, all right, I'm like, all right, well, we going. You like, all right, well, I invited such and such and such and such. You like, well, my cat coughing. Hey. Because I just know how tricky it can get. So when I hear Kenya say like, oh no, it's on one bill. It's so many ways that you could pay somebody back also. So it's like, I got what she meant. I don't think this is what she meant, but I think that like, if it's 5 of us and one person like, well, let's just put it on one card and everybody just cash at me. Before the waitress get there, do that. You knew what you ordered and you tallied it up. Just cash app the person. But giving somebody 5 cards, that does seem just tedious. Like at this moment, at this age of technology, where we all got Cash App, Venmo, Apple Pay, we got all of these things on our phone. Just send somebody some money real quick. That's what I think. Because before I was that friend like, girl, I got it. I don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore for you get this round, I got you next time. Because next time, for me, just never comes around. Next time it'd be like, girl, what happened the next time? I think about that. And when I see these places and these people are trying to make someone feel bad about wanting to split a check or about wanting to go Dutch or do whatever, I'm like, listen, I get both sides of it. I do. I've been a friend, like I said, and I've been a girl that couldn't, and I've been a person that overly gave, and now I'm the person that gives and pours responsibly. You have to know both ends of things to see where you need to be at. Like, there is a such thing as gray area. There is a such thing as, does this make sense? This is a such thing as, damn, it seems like every time we go out, I'm the one paying. Damn, every time we go out, I'm the one calling and inviting. Let me take myself out. Let me sit with my thoughts. Let me just look. Sometimes I might leave early today. No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait till the weekend. But sometimes our minds play tricks on us when we're in certain situations. And that's why it's just good to have a clear understanding of what it is you want and what it is you don't want. And that's in friendships and relationships. It's like reciprocity. And it's sometimes, I think that a lot of us think that it looks the same and it doesn't. Reciprocity doesn't mean the same. We got to do the same exact thing. It's equal give and take. And it may be your language to do this way and I do it this way or whatever. But when it comes down to it, I realized I couldn't see all of the things I needed to see because I wasn't checking me. I was like, in none of those spaces I was bitter or angry, right? except for the birthday one. The birthday one, I was hurt. I was hurt for that one. Because why am I paying? Like, that's just one thing that a birthday, your friends making you pay for your stuff on your birthday. The 1 year I think you should have it off, your birthday. I got to pay for my stuff on my birthday. That just makes me really upset. It makes me feel like that's why you should just go on a vacation by yourself on your birthday. That's why you should already order your own cake for your birthday. That's why you could pick your gifts and pack them and get them shipped to you and write yourself a note. That's what I started doing. I would buy myself a Mother's Day gift. And I said, you can't wear this or open it until Mother's Day. I would get myself one nice thing for Christmas. I was doing it for me. So anybody else that came around, in all honesty, this is why they tell you, like, this is why you should do it. Not because you want to be like, I don't need nobody, but because I celebrate me so much and I pour into me so much that someone can't pour, like, overly do, like, not even overly, do something and make me feel like, oh my gosh, like, I never want to be so excited that I really want to be my first time. That's what I really want to say. I want to be my first time. I want to live life the first time with me. I want to live and experience things with me. And then I want to experience it with you. But I think that that's also a thing of someone holding something over your head, because that's just, we can go on and on about this. I don't know if someone ever said, oh yeah, girl, back in the day, she ain't have $100. I had to give her $100. Oh yeah, girl, you know what? When she ain't had no money, there's things that unfortunately happen when it's like, but you did it, I thought, for the kindness of your heart. I'm not talking about nobody that I was just speaking of. I'm just saying in general, sometimes people help you just to show people that they helped you. People do things, and that is where I am, where it's like, I can't give you that satisfaction. I know I got it. But then I like to be taken care of and pampered. But that's because I take care of and I pamper. The whole name of the game is reciprocity. You can't even be like, yeah, she ain't do nothing. Like, I can't believe ain't nobody called. Did you do it? I want you to start asking yourself, like, damn, you know what? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sending you $100 a day. I got to. I got to send you $100. It's so funny that the guy that I went out on a date when I had to bring my credit card, I remember going out with him again, and I had to stump because he didn't know me in this age. He knew me at the broker. Broke it. Yeah. He knew me over there. And now you going broke proving a point, or you spending money to prove a point to somebody that, child, I could go deeper, but I know that I know that it doesn't make sense to, because it's so many things where I'm like, what was you doing at that time? What frequency was you on? Still wanting to be accepted, still wanting to feel like, you're in this space, like, to be delivered, but also to be delivered and not have to prove it anymore, to be delivered and just knowing yourself that you're capable. Crazy thing, being in the space of, after all of that happening and then overly giving, I was the Judas in my own life. I could see that I played that role. Like, I played that role of like, let me do it because I couldn't do it before. A lot of people do that. Once they get to a certain space, they just overly do things, and you got to scale back. You have to say, am I trying to buy these friendships? What am I trying to do? And not to say that you are, but there's something that is somewhere, laying low. Like, this is the reason why you do it the way you do it. That way you can check yourself and say, hey, you don't have to pay for all 60 people to come. You don't have to overly do this, that, and the third. You can give what you can give. You can do what you can do. And you can also say, hey, I didn't order them oysters. I didn't order that rack of lamb. I didn't order those 6 lemon drops. I am actually on a diet. I did, or I am counting the calories, or I'm not or I'm fasting and I'm not drinking. It could be anything, but I do understand both sides of it. I understand shit. I understand all the sides of it. There is actually, it's a round, it's a circle. There's no side. It's just, it's just over there. Like it's no like corner is what I'm saying. Like there's no like one to here. It's just a circle. It's like just that wheel of it goes around. Like I have to understand that, hey, you can get off. You don't have to be on that. You don't have to be on that where it's just like, let me do this because of this and let me do. Learn how to say no. Learn how to stop going out with that one friend that don't never reach for her wallet. When I stopped going out with people that never reach for their wallet, I got richer. And I don't mean in finances. I got richer in spirit. I got richer in a lot of things because I started to see that these were only conditional relationships. These are only, what are you doing for me in order for me to come? When you take a little bit back for yourself, and this is not a snatch back, this is just a nice, genuine, like, let me pick this up and put it back in my pocket. When you don't reach for your stuff as fast, you start to see how they're not reaching for theirs at all. How they're expecting, but guess what? I'm gonna be honest. They're expecting because you put them into that situation where they think that that's all it is gonna be. She gonna want to go. She gonna call me first. I'm gonna be like, oh, bitch, you driving. I played myself a lot over the years due to the lack of like financial freedom, due to feeling like if I didn't do this, I don't want people to be like, oh, she changed. Like there's a lot of things that keep you from pouring into yourself, honestly. It's like, oh, I don't want nobody to think I'm just acting funny. So you overly do stuff. Or, let me just do this because I know how I felt not to get something. Let me do this. Let me buy them this because, I knew how I felt when I couldn't buy. You could give free things are amazing. Your time, your energy, your love. Stop being the aesthetically pleasing friend for the people that don't even like you. Now that was a word. Stop being a go-to person when people want to look like they doing some person. Let me be connected to this because it looks like that. We don't want to do that. Stop dealing with certain people because of what it looks like for them. Is he even nice? I started looking at this guy. I put him on this pedestal, and after a while I looked at him. I said, his hairline fucked up. He judgy as shit. His hairline fucked up. He bad built. All right. Nope, I'm done. Cause it's not what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is when you start to look at something and you stop idolizing things and the illusions fall off, you start seeing things a lot clearer. When you're not doing things from as a trauma response of overly spending money, that's what all I'm talking about right now. Overly spending money was the trauma response to not having it in that situation, not having it in this situation, not having it in this situation. So I just let it run through my hand like water. You got to be a little bit more strategic with yourself. You have to put yourself on a plan, a disciplined plan, because those old things that you couldn't do is going to come back and you're going to overly do them just for the sake of you not being able to do them before. Now you feel like, oh, I got it. How many times you going to have it until you don't have it no more because you not gave it away? You could be a lot further with the things that you want to do, but you're giving your things away. You're raising your hand first to pay for something. You're not saying, hey, you got something. It depends on the situation. It's about using that discernment. Like, hey, you know what? Last time she paid, let me pay. Like, even that's amazing. Like, I love that. Like, girl, well, you got it last time. I'm still on that shit. I got it this time. But if I notice that you ordering caviar and your ass don't you never eat, and you a chicken fingers person, you gonna pay for that caviar. Cause you're not about to milk me like a fat breast. That's financially and mentally I thank you guys so much for going on this little this little ride, because I'm looking at me at 20 something and all of the things that I've done. And I'm happy that they happened at 20. That's the one thing. We can make all of 20 and like early for real 30 still be happening. 20s, 20 like 24 to like 34, 36, 37, 38. It's trial and error. It's trial and error. It's like, wait, I was doing a lot of dumb shit, or I went knowing I ain't had no money. That's still dumb shit. I drove all the way down 95, knowing I ain't had no gas. That was dumb shit. I went out with him and dumb shit. It's a lot of little things. It's a lot of little things that we do. But if you don't get the lesson from those things, that's what you're here for. Avoid those things. If you can't avoid that, you couldn't avoid them then because you didn't know what they were. But now that you see them, that's when it's like, okay, I'm doing too much. Or I'm not doing enough. Or let me take a turn. Hey, let's piggyback off of each other. There's so many things. I'm tired. I'm tired. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Is It Tuesday podcast. See you next week.